This is a video tour of 5305 Harvard. Quick view of the front of the house here. You can see you've got a little sidewalk that goes up to the front door and some landscaping going on here in the front. Here's a quick view of the neighborhood. This house does face Harvard Street, which, as you can see, as far as a neighborhood street goes, it is a little bit busy here, but not too bad. So headed up to the house, you've got a 3D composition roof and what appears to be some stucco siding. And it all looks in really good condition. You can see you've got gutter let out here on the driveway. So the driveway has settled down, I would say, quite a bit since this was initially poured. You can see that there's about a 2.5-inch lip there to the garage that's got some cracking going on in it. And they've put these pieces of wood down, I would imagine, to make the transition a little bit easier for cars. But you've got some breakout here, and then some more here in this corner, which I would say it was because they didn't always have an extension on this, and so water was probably pouring out from this downspout initially, and that's what caused that cracking, but it's just a guess. So press board siding here on the side, and I would say on the back as well. You can see the distance here between me and your neighbor. I'm walking towards the backyard here. It's a pretty big backyard space, but is not fenced in. You can see there's a lot of grass, but then there's also this like cute little treed landscaping area in the middle, and it looks like they've cut some stumps up to look like seats. So looking at the back of the house, you've got that same lapboard siding on the back of the house, which also looks pretty good. It looks like they did replace a little board underneath this window. You can see it's a different color, and they've caulked up the side of this. I'm not really sure why they went with this white, because it sticks out, but they did. Okay. And then you have a deck here on the back. So you can see that they're storing some stuff under the deck. It does have a little bit of rot going on. You can see that it was also painted at some point, and that's good, but it probably needs to be repainted again. So more rot here, connection here. And then going up the steps, and you can see some more rot just along the boards here. So the deck could use some love, that's for sure. And quick view into your neighbor's yard here. They actually have a basketball goal in their yard. So this is the view from the back deck. Okay. So back door, it looks like there was something attached to it at some point, and when they took it off, it kind of took paint and stuff off this board. So the casing around this doesn't look especially great, but it doesn't look like any of it's rotted at this point. Okay, we are going to loop back around now to the front of the house. Okay. AC system on the side here. It's not completely level. It is sitting on this plastic pad though, and it does look in pretty good condition as I walk by it. Okay, so coming around the landscape here, and I am actually just gonna hop over this really quick. Okay. And then going inside the house, you do have a cute little porch here and pillars on your porch. So you walk into the house and you come in on this little entryway, and you can see that there are golden oak wood floors in the property. To my left is an office. So double doors here. And you can see they've got wall sconce lighting, and then they have can lights in here as well. It's a pretty decent sized office. This window faces the front of the property, which for reference faces north. Okay, some shelves on the wall there. Okay, so coming back out of the office, directly across the way, here's the front door, is the formal dining room, and you can see it's just kind of like an all-purpose room for them right now. But it does have a fan, thermostat. You have crankshaft windows in this house, and they appear to be vinyl and double pane. No, wood. They are wood and double pane. Okay, this room looks super bright yellow. It's a softer yellow in person though. Okay, so you can see straight to the kitchen from the dining room, or we're just gonna go back to this main area and walk through in that way. So I'm looking directly into the living room here, and I've got a couple doors right in front of me. And so the door to my right is just the coat closet. And then the door to my left goes downstairs. So we're gonna finish this main floor before we go downstairs. View of the living room. That is a wood burning fireplace there that you just saw. You can see little eating, kitchen, dining area. And then you've got this wraparound counter here in the kitchen. So back door onto the porch, and then looking towards the fireplace, looks like a ceramic tile surround. Okay. And then view into the kitchen from the living room. Okay, so in the kitchen you have Formica countertops and just a pretty standard tile backsplash. As I was walking towards the kitchen, I felt a pretty intense incline going this direction. I don't know if you can, it's gonna be really hard to see, but I feel it about here. So just an FYI on that. It was enough that it caught my attention as I was walking over it. Okay, in the kitchen, we've got, you know, the golden oak cabinets, lots of storage space in here for sure. Oven is a little bit older. GE microwave there, Whirlpool refrigerator. So some of these have the glass fronts for display, but the majority of them, as you can see, are closed face. And here you've got a big sink, your dishwasher, and then you also have your pantry right here. So it's decently deep, but they've got some extra storage on the door. This house is wired for an alarm system, and that's where that is located. I don't know if they're currently using the alarm system or not. Okay, so back towards this little dining area, and I'm gonna turn to my right, and that is gonna take me to the guest bath. So guest bath with a little pedestal sink. Not a huge space, but you know, enough for guests. And they've got rocks in the basin there. Okay. Directly ahead of me is the washer and dryer area. So you do have a sink in here, a little bit of storage, and this window looks out into the backyard for reference. Okay. And right here where this little floor mat is off the kitchen is going to be your garage. So there are 2 steps down to get into the garage. I did turn on the lights, but that those warm up bulbs, so it's gonna take a second. But you can see pretty standard 2-car garage. Oh. But you do have a little bit of a butt out here for some extra storage, and it looks like your electrical panel is back there too, but I'm not going to be able to get to it. Attic access here in the garage. Okay. All right, so back inside, and that is the entire first level, and I will pick this back up in a minute.